Welcome to WordPress Basics, Module 2, Page Layouts. Hello, welcome back. This is the third portion of Module 2. In this particular segment, we're going to talk about page layouts. So I'm going to talk about two different areas in this section. I want to talk first about the editors. Just to kind of introduce those to you. You'll probably find it really easy to jump in. I'm hoping to introduce to you to just a few tips, maybe some things you may not notice or you may come across just by chance and not really know what to do with it. And then in the second part, we'll talk about templates, how you can actually use the particular templates that come with the theme to change your page layouts. So let's start with, I'm going to start with company history, and the reason why is I'm going to go back to the website. In between the time that you looked at the other video, I kind of went in and cleaned up the pages a little bit, and I put what I call kind of dummy or fake text in there just to kind of fill it out some. To give you an idea. The one page I did not fill out was the company history page, and I did that on purpose because I wanted to show you the different ways you would add information. So this is all pretty much static. Later on in another module, I actually show you how to add a contact form to this page. So it's going to kind of stay like this for a while. But let's go back to company history, which right now just has the title. And I'm going to go back to my dashboard. I'm going to choose company history. You can click here or here to edit it. And right now I don't have anything here. And the reason why is I actually want to copy and paste the text from a Word document. And one of the things you'll find is in the visual editor, the current editor that it's on, it makes it really easy for you to copy and paste your formatting from a Word document into this particular editor. I'll talk about the HTML part in just a second, but let's go. I have a Word document open. It just has dummy text in it, nothing special. Before I move over, I think I want to make this just a little bit bigger, just for emphasis. So I'm going to copy and paste, over in the section over here. So I'm going to just kind of right click my mouse and do a paste. And notice that it brings in the text kind of close to the way it is. I'm going to go back to my Word document. And I have these crazy words in there, so they're all underlined because Word is like, I do not recognize this, I do not recognize this. But do you notice I have some bolds, some italics, I have a bulleted list. So pretty much what you copy and paste, I'm going to go back over to WordPress. It kind of kept the italics, it kept the bolds. Not too much with the headers. The headers they kept the bold of the headers, but that's okay, we can fix that. But what I want you to see is you can bring text over, and it pretty much will stay the way you have it formatted from Word. Now, if you're curious to know, so what's the difference between visual and HTML, I'm just going to click the HTML just to see. If you notice, and I will add a link to HTML if you want to know more about it. HTML adds these little tags around like if you wanted to bold this, they call it strong, or in this particular case, I think it's strong. I think if you click bold, we'll see in a minute when we do a test example. But this part was bold. This part was italics, so it has an EM kind of as the code. Now this is how, back in the day, I started doing website design probably in 1997, and this is how I learned. Okay, not with all this crazy text, but I would basically learn HTML coding. If you wanted something in a bulleted list, this is what you had to do. You had to type your open tag and your closing tag and make sure your list tags were there. So web design has come a long, long way. But I just wanted to show you that because a lot of people, you kind of concentrate on the pretty. Once you do it in Word, you copy and paste it. But this is what actually it looks like this is what the browser reads when it goes through. It doesn't really care too much about the prettiness, but it wants to know that you have your open tag, your closing tag, and that the elements that HTML that it needs to have there, that it's there. So if anything, when you copy and paste something, you could be for sure that WordPress is going to, put in all the right codes that you need. Okay, so I'm going to update that. I just want to show you that as an example to let you know you can easily copy and paste in text, and we'll go take a look at it in the browser. Remember, nothing was there, so I'm going to reload it. Okay, and you'll see the different formatting is there. Now I'm going to go to another page. So I'm going to go back out to pages. And let's see, I'll choose the products page. Now this is text that I copied and pasted it into the HTML section. And this is just regular text. It has no formatting to it. So I'm going to go back to the visual tab. For example, and you probably do most of your blog posts like this when we get there. You may decide you just want to type them into this editor and save them and then come back to them later. So what I'm going to do is try to create a little bit of what we had formatted in that Word document. I'm going to kind of show you here. So if you remember, I had a header 1, and I kind of want this to look different from the text at the bottom here. So I'm going to I can of course choose bold, but I want to do something else. I want to make it bigger. So something you may not be aware of, this very last icon, it kind of keeps hidden. But if you click on that icon, there's a couple of other things that they have here that you can check out and use. For this particular one, I want this header to be the style. Stylistically, all these themes come with their own style sheets. So I want to have header 1 actually look like what heading 1 looks like. So I'm going to select that. Doesn't look any different here, but when we go out to the website, you'll see that it looks a little different. So let's see. I'm going to create another paragraph here. I'm going to place my cursor here and press enter, just because I want to break up that. It's just dummy text, but I want to break up that paragraph a little bit. So let's see. I think I want to put another header here and call this header 2. Or it could be a subheader, but just so you can see, I'm going to choose the heading 2 from the format area. Doesn't look really different here, but I know it's going to look different when we go out to the website. And just for show, I'm going to take a little bit of this text Drop that down. And I think I want to make some of this into a bulleted list. So I'm going to separate these supposedly sentences. And I'm going to highlight all the sentences. And I can choose either a unordered list, which are bullets, or if I want to do an ordered list, that would put numbers there. I'll just stick with a bulleted list for now. So far we've kind of played with the headers. Let's see, what else can we do? I think I want to go back up top. And I am, just for the sake of, going to copy and paste this. Say you come to a website and you want kind of a quote to stand out. One of the nice features that you can use is this, what looks like a quote. It's a block quote. I'm going to select that. And notice how it kind of brings it in for you and makes it all nice looking. Kind of makes it separate from the rest of the text. So I'm going to pull that out. And I'm sitting here, I'm kind of playing. This is what I do when I'm working on a website. I kind of just move things around until it looks kind of the way I like it to look. Now, this isn't a really good representation. Really what we need to do is to look at it in a web browser. So I'm going to just update what I've been sitting here playing with. And just to go back, we've done a block quote here. We've added a heading 1, a heading 2. If you notice up here when I selected, it actually changes to let you know. We added a bulleted list. Let's see. I think that'll do it for now, but let's just go ahead and update it. I'm updated again. And I'm going to, instead of just going out to the website, I'm going to click on View Page. You can click on View Page in 2 different areas, and it will bring up that page. So let's see what we got. We got products, kind of our block quote. And then we have, and this particular theme, that the headings don't seem to stand out as great, but maybe if we have an opportunity, I'll show you how they would look in maybe different themes. Different themes will show these differently, but just so you can kind of see how this page looks, those are some of the things that you can do. Okay, so let's go back. I'm going to click on, you can go back to this page by either clicking edit right here, or you can click edit page up here. So either way, it'll take you right back to where you were if you want to make some changes. Okay, let's see. I don't think I'm going to make any other changes to this page, but I do want to kind of just peek over in the HTML tab just to see how it looks. Wow, that looks messy. But you can see basically when you add information, I noticed right here it added an extra header. So I'm going to delete that. We don't need that. But it puts these tags around the various texts that you have decided you want to format. And this, like I said, this is how the browser reads your pretty text. What you see is pretty. It's going through reading this, and it's displaying, go back over here, displaying that text in that particular way. Actually, that's the company history page. Let's go to the products page. Okay. So I guess basically what I wanted you to see is you may not use the HTML section that much. If for some reason you copied and pasted something in here in the visual section and it just doesn't look right, and this is only if you're familiar with code, you may want to go and try to fix it on this side. I used to have to do that a lot back in the day, but the WordPress has improved with their editor. So usually you can kind of copy and paste and the text comes in really clean, which is nice. Now when we get to, I think it is module 4, when we talk about adding audio and video, you will probably have to use this section because say you want to add a YouTube video, usually they provide that as HTML coding. So there will be times where you'll have to put information into this area. It just won't work here. So just to be aware of that, you may copy and paste some code from Facebook or Twitter or someplace if you're trying to add a widget or something. More than likely, you might try to copy it here and you'll just get code and it doesn't look good. So I just wanted to kind of introduce you to that visual and HTML tab. Let's go ahead and segue into the second part of this video. And that is how you can change the page layouts. Now, if you notice, all of these are pretty much, these are kind of one column, meaning it doesn't really take up the whole page. I think they have on this particular theme a set width, so everything shows up in the center. But this particular theme does offer some options. So let's go back over here to the products page. And over here, where you see it says template, you can, if you drop down this menu, there's a default template, a showcase template, and a sidebar template. Usually, any of the themes that you use, most of them always will have that one default template. And I have seen themes that have probably up to 10 templates. But this particular one really only offers you 3, the default, the showcase, or the sidebar. So I just want to kind of see what the sidebar template looks like. So I'm going to select that and click on update. And we'll go over to, I think we'll just click view page. Oh, okay. So if you remember, like when you first enter this page, the home page, most blogs have this look where they have the blog post and the sidebar. Well, now on our products pages, we brought that sidebar that you usually see on the blog side. We brought that to the page, and I actually like that. I really like, this is kind of probably what you would call a 2-column layout now. I really like the 2-column layouts. In some cases, if there is a particular theme that has a 3-column layout, I like those as well. But usually the standard is the 2-column layout where you have your content on the left side. And of course you will have a lot more things on this right side. And just to kind of, and I can't think of what module it is. I think it's 6 or 7. But when we get there, we'll add more what they call widgets. Widgets are what you will find in the sidebar. These 2 areas, this logout section, login section, and this archive section are actually widgets. So you can add, you probably have seen people's pages where they have pictures and graphics all down in their newsletter, their Twitter and Facebook icons, all that's on the side. So in a later module, we're going to come back to this page and we'll actually fill this in a lot more so you can really see this page more filled out. As a matter of fact, I like this a lot better than the 1-column look. When we come back to this side, I'm actually going to change out most of these pages with the exception of maybe the contact us page. I think I'm going to change most of them to that template. So let me go back just to review. Okay. We just selected, and notice that the edit button was over here for that one column template, but now that we changed it to that, what they call the sidebar template is down here. So I'm going to click edit down here. And say you don't like that template. If you don't like it, you can just go back to default, click update, and then view the page, and it takes you right back. So it's really, depending on how many templates they give you, it's easy to kind of switch back and forth for certain page layouts. So I'm going to go back to that page. And like I said, I really like the sidebar look. So I'm going to stick with that look. And say, now that I really like that look, let's go back to pages for a second. Remember that quick edit? Because I really like that look, I'm going to go up to the About Us and choose quick edit. And those same templates are available. So I'm going to choose sidebar template for About Us. I'm going to go through and do it for the other ones. I want you to see how quick and easy it is to change the look of your site on the fly. Really, on the fly. Let's see, that one's already done. So I'm going to go down to product 1. Put that sidebar template. Product 2. And product 3. So I basically have, in probably 2-3 minutes, less than 3 minutes, I have changed the look of all these pages. I have decided to keep this one as a default template for now. Okay, so let's go back. I'm going to reload, and I'm going to go back to home, and I'm going to click through these pages. See how all of the pages have changed? Go to services. Just that quick and easy. I'm going to product 2. Okay, just that quick and easy. And the contact us page, I decided to leave it as that one column. So this is starting to look like a website. And there's a lot more we have to add to it, but just getting your pages, your structure of the website really is important. As a matter of fact, when most clients come to me, the first thing I ask them, what's the outline for your website? What's the content for your website? Because that's really the most important part. Once you have that laid out and you understand what you want to put on your website, you can go into WordPress. I'm going to reload this so you can see it correctly. You can go into WordPress and build your pages in a matter of hours. Really doesn't take a lot of time. What I find it takes a lot of time is really deciding on your branding, the look of the website, and your content. You know, making sure your content is proofread, making sure that either you're going to format it in Word and bring it over, or you're going to take the time and bring it into the pages and type it up, format it. You know, that takes a bit of time. I mean, it's like working on a document, except this document is clickable, and it's once you launch your website, it's very public. So I hope you have enjoyed this module. It's all about pages. As you can see, it takes a bit of time, but it's not something you can't do. And you can easily add pages as you go along. Let me just go back one more thing. Say you have, you know, another product you want to add. You can see it's really easy. Just going to add a products 4. Then we had 3. You can see that you can go add it to the parent page products. You can go ahead, since we know we like the sidebar template, go ahead and add that. I'm going to go to my Word document I had here. copy and paste, come over and paste that text in. And later on, I think in module 4, we'll talk about how to add images. You can add images of your product to really make this page its own. But once you get your title, your text formatted, you have chosen where it's going to show up. For instance, I'm going to check on this in just a bit, but I think it should show up. I'm just going to put a 4 here just to make sure it shows up in order. But, after you do all this, press publish. Go back to your website. I'm going to reload. We now have 1, 2, 3, 4 products. I'm going to bring up that product 4 pages. Did you see how fast and easy I put that together? That's what I'm talking about. I like efficiency, and that's what WordPress allows you to do. So it allows you to grow, and it allows you to just, as things happen to your website, you can move things around. Keeping up with what your clients are asking for. It's just really nice and easy. So I hope you understood why I started with pages. As you can see, that's really I kind of call the foundation of your website. After you kind of build the foundation of your website, if you decide you want to blog, which is what we're going to talk about next, we're going to talk about creating posts, then you can just jump right into planning out, how many times a week you want to do your blog posts, but your foundation information will be here for your clients. As you work on your blog, they can still come here and see about you. And actually, anytime you post a new blog post, this information is available for your clients to see or future clients to see. So I hope you can really see how using WordPress is definitely beneficial. Anyway, I'm going to take a break, and I will see you back here for module 3, and we'll talk about creating posts and taking off with that blogging.